Nigeria. Can this system ever be reset? A system where, in moments of danger, there is no number you can call with confidence, no guarantee that help will come without delay, without conditions, without logistics. A system where, instead of protection, the victim is burdened, asked to write statements, make payments, and navigate stress without already in distress. A system where those meant to protect you are the ones you are afraid of. Yet we are told the police is your friend. But how can fear and friendship live in the same place? In other systems, the police give you confidence and safety. Here, their presence can create tension instead of relief. In other parts of the world, a single call like dial 911 triggers immediate response. Help comes not because of who you are, but because you are a human. But here, hesitation replaces hope. And so crime grows, not just because of bad people, but because of a broken response. Because those who harm know that help may not come in time. Because justice feels distant, complicated, and uncertain. What happens to a society where survival becomes a personal struggle rather than a shared responsibility? A system where many are desperate to make it, not out of greed, but out of necessity. Where people are pushed to the edge because the structure meant to support them have failed. Where the government, instead of lifting its citizens, seem to weigh them down, making survival harder, not easier. A system where politicians without visible businesses live in extreme wealth. Their professors, intellectuals, and hard-working business people struggle to survive. A system where knowledge is not rewarded, but power is. A system where politicians, knowing fully well they have done little or nothing, still praise themselves more than a lizard that fell from a tree. A system where the children of the high class are sent abroad to get the best education, only to return and continue leading the same people who were denied those opportunities. In other nations, people chase dreams. Here, many are simply chasing survival. What happened to morality when survival is at stake? A child born in Nigeria does not just grow. That child begins a lifelong journey of survival of the fetus from birth to death. A system where children learn in overcrowded classrooms with limited resources, outdated materials, and frequent disruptions, where strikes pause features and learning becomes uncertain instead of empowering. Then there is healthcare. A system where the most common hope is malaria and typhoid, as if those are the only battles we are prepared for. But once it goes beyond that, fear begins. Not just fear of the illness, but fear of the system. A system where families already begin to lose hope because they know what lies ahead. Costs, access, delay, and uncertainty. In other places, life is fought for even at its weakest point. Systems are built to preserve life, to give chances, to push back against death. But here, too often, people surrender not to sickness, but to the system. A system with no trace of war, no earthquakes, no hurricanes, no natural disasters tearing cities apart. Yet, the rate of death, loss, and suffering still feels higher than in places facing wars and disasters. What then is killing the people, if not war? What then is destroying lives, if not nature? A system where terrorism, Fulani herdsmen attacks, kidnapping, and suffering take the lives of citizens, sometimes even more than war. A system where electricity is unstable, where businesses struggles to survive because basic power is not guaranteed, where roads break faster than they are fixed, and basic amenities feel like privilege instead of rights. A system where citizens are afraid to travel by road, unsure if they will reach their destination safely, where journeys become prayers and every moment carries fear, where the high class avoid the same road, flying above the problems the average citizen must face daily. A system where movement is not just distance, but risk. A system where hard work does not match reward, where people wake up early, hustle all day, yet still cannot meet basic needs, where inflation rises faster than income and survival becomes a daily calculation. A system where businesses struggle under multiple burdens, poor power supply, high costs, unstable policies, yet are expected to survive. A system where connections open doors faster than competence, where opportunities are limited and many are forced into anything just to survive. A system where pressure replaces purpose and survival replaces value. A system where citizens depend on God for what the government was meant to provide. Where people pray for jobs, pray for electricity, pray for safety, pray for healthcare, things that should already exist. Where faith becomes the only safety net. And in the space, some take advantage. A system where some religious leaders take advantage of the pain of the people, turning their struggles into opportunities. Where instead of healing, there is exploitation, where people are told to sow seeds in desperation, shouting, "I receive it," while their real needs remains unmet. A system where worship shifts from truth to survival tactics. A system where even traditional practices are manipulated, where people are lured into promises of quick wealth, pushed into fraud, into destruction, into taking lives they did not create. Chai, what kind of system pushes it people to this point? If people were given the chance to choose where to be born, would anyone truly choose this? But faith does not ask for permission, and so we remain adapting, enduring, surviving. Sometimes it feels like the curse that was laid on Adam and Eve has found a permanent home here. So we ask again, can this system ever be reset? Or have we normalized dysfunction for so long that it now feels permanent? Yet, history has shown that no system, no matter how broken, is beyond change. Systems are not spirits. They are built by people, sustained by people, and can be rebuilt by people. The real question is not just whether the system has failed, but whether we still believe it can be fixed. Because if we stop believing, we stop demanding. And if we stop demanding, nothing will ever change. So, has our system failed? And can it ever be reset again? Like and share.